make some plans.
Yeah, absolutely, because we know 8035 Music Festival was canceled as well as so many other events. So there's a new initiatives being put in place to help save the arts, literally save the music here in the greater Des Moines area. As we all know, Vaudeville Muse is closed. The Des Moines Social Club has closed. So the Greater Des Moines Music Coalition is wanting to make a difference and forge ahead and look ahead. We do have Jaron Hart, the executive director, joining us this morning. And Jaron, you have a special guest with you today as well. Let's talk about what's going on and the important message we want to get across to everyone this morning.
Hi, well, good morning, and thanks for having us. Yes, board member Cuckoo Saw is joining me this morning to talk about the DMMC and 8035 and all of the cool things that we're working on.
Oh, wonderful. So we're already starting, and thank you for joining us this morning as well. We're talking about two different initiatives that are going forward to truly save music, save the arts in our area. Can you talk a little bit more about those two initiatives?
Yeah, absolutely. So this year is obviously a very different year. And in order to kind of get ahead of some of the funding cuts that we're seeing and anticipating for 2021, we decided to run two simultaneous fundraising campaigns. Every year during this time, we always run our annual appeal campaign, but we typically do a membership drive in late March, early April, a little bit closer to our lineup announcement. And this year we decided to move that up and do a crowdfunding campaign called Keep 8035 Alive, with the goal of raising funds a little bit earlier in the year to help out with cash flow issues.
Yeah, and those cash flow issues, again, we're trying to bring in some of the best artists that we can, and you've done an outstanding job in years in the past, but it's going to be a little trickier this time around, isn't it?
There are definitely some unique challenges that come along with with booking the festival this year, but there are also some exciting opportunities, and it gives us an opportunity. 8035 has always focused, much of its efforts on showcasing local and regional talent, and we plan to do that again this year if everything goes well and we're able to to have the festival.
Absolutely. Kukusa, talk a little bit about the importance of this. What do you want to say to our viewers this morning so they realize how pivotal this is right now in making sure events like this can forge ahead?
So we're going through a very, very difficult moment in culture in Des Moines right now. So before COVID-19, we saw a thriving music scene. You could go out any night of the week and find live music in Des Moines. And that's something a lot of people put a lot of time into creating and making happen. And a fear that we have is that COVID is going to have long-lasting effects on the Des Moines cultural scene, the Des Moines music scene. And 8035 has always been a community festival. What we're doing is we're asking community to help us put on another 8035. There are some real fears we have in regards to being able to put on the festival next year. Some of the sponsors that we've had traditionally are in positions where they're not able to help out as much. We know that a lot of the people in the community are in positions where they may not be able to afford tickets. So we're pushing it out. Help keep 8035 alive. If you can, donate. You can find our links on our Facebook page, on Instagram. Help keep 835 alive. It's a time where we need culture and live music more than ever, coming out of a very, very difficult year.
Yeah, more than ever. I think if everybody just gives a little bit, we can keep this thing going, help keep 8035 alive. That is the key to find out the information and places to go to give some assistance.
And as you mentioned, two different initiatives to do so, a crowdfunding campaign focusing on getting as many new and current donors as possible to fund the work that the Greater Des Moines Music Coalition does on a regular basis anyway. And then, of course, a big piece of that being 8035. I love that. 8035, we need to keep it alive. It's such a heartbeat for this community. So, again, if people want more details, they're hearing about this. Yes, we know Giving Tuesday was yesterday. There's still so many opportunities to give back and help. How can we do so? Where's the best place to go to get started? Go ahead.
Yes, head over to the 8035 Facebook page or the Des Moines Music Coalition Facebook page, and all of the links are there.
Well, thank you both so much for being here and letting us know how we could keep 8035 alive. If everybody gets together, this can happen, can it?
Thank you for having us, and just keep on pushing the word out there. We need more culture. We need more music in Des Moines, and there are a lot of other music venues that are struggling. Like, do what you can, donate if you can. There are venues like Noche doing live streaming shows. If you can, just log online, stream a show, make a donation. We need to do our part to keep culture and music alive in the city.
There you go. Thank you both.
Beautifully said. Thank you both for joining us today.